Hi, it's Maria again. I hope you had a good first week. I hope you enjoyed getting comfortable with Foxtail, understanding that each week we are going to have a grammar check, a discussion forum, and a writing assignment. We usually you have the dates on the syllabus for when your writing assignment is due. Rough drafts are not turned in for credit, but I will have discussion forum posts where you can upload your rough draft, get feedback. We have a small class. There's only five students, and so it's great to be able to interact and talk with one another and kind of encourage as you're working through this writing journey, and also give feedback. Figure out, what works for you. What do you think about when you write a topic sentence? This course is only focusing on the paragraph. So if you've realized the simple math of writing well, we are focusing on just the paragraph. So topic sentences, right? You're going to write one topic sentence, one supporting piece of evidence, one concluding thought, one hook to get your reader connected. So this idea of like one, right? It's very mathematical, very systematic, and that's what we're looking for. And with a paragraph, it's short, and so you're able to really hone in on that skill and learn how to take out all the clutter, all the junk, all the fluff, all this academic jargon that you think maybe your audience wants to hear because it makes you sound intelligent, it makes you sound professional, which, that comes down to word choice, not clutter. Those are two different things. So that's kind of what we're starting to get into. And as you look into chapter 7 on writing well, the math of writing, you are trying to figure out, what am I trying to say? What is my one thing that I'm trying to focus on and stay on point? And that is what a topic sentence is. So if I'm talking about exercising, I'm like, gosh, what is the one thing I want my audience to know about exercise? Right? This is also the play of audience analysis and your topic sentence, right? Your writing coming together. What would my audience, what do they need to know, or what do they need to hear? That maybe I have all of these ideas, but my audience is who I'm talking to. What do they need to hear from me? So if you're like a professional, marathon runner, say, and your audience is a group of high school students, maybe you're going to focus on hydration. That's the one thing you're going to talk to them about as they are learning to run longer and longer, the importance of hydration. If your audience are ultra marathon runners, maybe your topic sentence is going to focus on gel packs, these specific design gel packs that will boost you beyond the typical marathon, right? So that's where audience plays a part in your writing. Just because you are talking about gel packs doesn't mean that you don't think hydration is important, right? It just means that because this is your audience, they already know hydration is important. And so this is the new truth that you want to share with them. And so I think a lot of my students have a hard time picking one thing to write about. But the key is to figure out who your audience is and what do they need to hear? What knowledge do they currently have? What are their preconceived notions? What's their current lifestyle like? And how can your information improve their life? Or not even like persuade them, but just to invite them to understand how you see the world work. So it's kind of starting to merge those two ideas together. And you will be doing this in 101 and 102, talking about, topic sentences, thesis statements, and constantly including your audience. It's like one of the first things your instructor will say, well, who's your audience? What do they know? What do they need to hear? What is your goal in speaking to them through your writing? So that's kind of something I was thinking about as we are beginning to turn in our first writing assignment, is that play between audience and your topic sentence. So chapter 7 is a great entry point into the building of topic sentences. So that's kind of my little tidbit. Discussion forum posts are going really well. I would encourage you to try being specific in your comments. So if you say, oh, I totally agree with you on your comment in, answering question 7, I struggle with that too. Instead of just saying something like, I struggle with that too, maybe share how you struggle with that. Or if you say, I really appreciate what you had to say, expand, go further, because that is what we're working on with writing, is not just leaving it open for the other person to interpret, but actually pinpointing with details, with specifics on what it is that you enjoyed, or maybe you were still trying to figure out, or wondering, how does that work? Like when I try to develop an introduction, I struggle to come out with those perfect sentences, and I'm not really sure what words I should use. And how do you figure that out? Because I feel I just get stuck, and then I don't know where to go next. Kind of like the whole coffee making process. How can you be specific so there are no questions left? They know exactly what you're talking about, and they can build that own picture themselves because they know exactly what you are saying. So just keep that in mind with your response posts. I am going to get more picky about points in the response posts because they're each worth 5 to make the full, discussion forum points. So if you have questions about that, please let me know. I'm here. I'm online almost every day, and so I check in and I read through the discussion forum posts. And so that was kind of my feedback on that. Also, if you ever have questions for me that you want to post on there, I read through them so I can go ahead and respond, and then everyone gets to learn from it as well and hear what the feedback is. Let's see, what else? Writing assignment 1 is due this coming up week, so Sunday at midnight. And we have, discussion forum number 2, grammar check number 2, and I will post answers also to the grammar checks, so you'll be able to see those. I'll do that now as I work through grammar check number 1. Also, see, discussion forum posts, writing assignment. I can't remember what I was going to say. But, student examples. So I try to provide student examples for the writing assignments. They're not perfect examples. They're not amazing, but there are examples for you to kind of see what the final product looks like. And so in APA, watch that video because it is wonderful. And there's also a template on Word that you can follow as well. But it goes, you have your title page. You have that we don't need an abstract because we only write a paragraph. And we do, your paragraph. We do our paragraph, and then if you have, it's my son, my youngest, if you have a references page, then that goes next. And then your appendix A is your audience analysis. I want to see that. If you have questions, it's just a paragraph to give me the overview of what, who you're trying to target, who you're trying to speak to. And it lets me kind of see who you're trying to talk to, and then I can kind of effectively evaluate and offer feedback on how well you made those, your paper or your paragraph and your audience connect. Also, a paragraph is half a page. If you fold your paper and your paragraph is going beyond the half page mark, that's too long, because then you're starting to go into a paragraph that looks like a whole page, and that's just a huge eyesore. Nobody wants to read that. And there's obviously more than one idea, so it needs to be broken up, which again, we're just writing one paragraph. So that means that there's just one idea in place. The whole like one idea, one piece of evidence, one way to connect it and explain it and conclude it and be on your way. There's like one, right? So that is kind of the whole idea. If you have questions about that, if you want to ask me specifics about your rough draft, please do. Again, you're going to post it on the discussion forum, so I'm going to see it, and I'm going to do my best to, throw out some feedback. But if you already have it ready to go and you want to get some feedback, please email it to me as an attachment, and I can take a look real quick. Because again, the beauty of a small class is there's more personal one-on-one time, I feel like, with a small class like this. So if you have your rough draft ready to go, send it to me. I'm happy to give you some quick feedback on if you're focusing on one idea, word choice, that type of thing, but content. So yeah, I look forward to hearing from you, and I will see you on the discussion forum this week. This is my youngest cruise. Okay, have a good week. Email me if you need to. What are you doing?
Mom,
Yeah.
what were you doing? What were you doing?
I was making a video for work.
Why?
Because I needed to.
I can send it back to somebody.
I'm going to end my meeting.
Why?
Because that's what Mommy does.